it's not there. I don't know why it does this to me. But if you were on Facebook and watching live, you would be able to see the comments as they popped in, but there's just none popping in. And that's okay, because T-Bone doesn't have a problem talking to himself. Especially if I can't hear any distortions or echoes or anything like that. Moving on, I'm going to talk to you now about the Comedy Zone of Harrisburg's Summer Showcase. So here's what the deal is, okay? If you've been following along, you know we're doing a little something extra that we're going when we promote events. When the show promotes events, the show's going to do something else to drive people towards that event. And this particular event, hopefully you'll be successful attempt at doing that. You're going to go to the event that I'm about to tell you. You're going to look at the person at the door. You're going to check your six. Both sides. You can't be too safe. You're going to look them sternly in the eyes and say, T-Bone sent me. If you are one of the first 5 people to say that to the Harrisburg Comedy Zone on the 22nd of June, doors open at 7, show starts at 8. If you are one of the first 5 people to say that, the proprietor, the person behind the counter, will hand you an envelope. That envelope will have inside it your ticket. Your ticket, maybe even a Lunch Bee sticker. I might even throw that in there. 1 ticket per person, per question, or per statement. T-Bone sent me. Wait, 6, T-Bone sent me. So on the 22nd of June, doors open at 7, show starts at 8. Let me tell you what you're looking at, okay? You got a bunch of local talent. This is called a showcase. These are guys who've been working on their trade. They've been getting better and better every week. Some of them have got more than a year in at doing this. I had him pulled out. Yeah, Brandon Youngblood's gonna run the show. He's gonna be the MC, the host for the show. You got a bunch of wonderful talent, and here is the list of the comedians that will be performing on the summer showcase on the 22nd at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. Tickets are $10. The first 5 people to say T-Bone sent me can get in for free. Ali Asif will be there. Dom Driscoll, Alex Lean, Sean Light, Connor Peeler, Anthony Pickle, Aaron Scholl, Malik Stark, Alex Webb. Those are the guys who are going to be performing, not in that order. That order is just listed alphabetically. Who would I have close this out of these guys? I got some ideas of where I would run this lineup. They're all very funny people. I think you'll enjoy them. And it's a great night to get out. So again, that's June 22nd. That's a Lunsby Show encouraged event. So we're gonna do something there. You got several comics. It's a summer showcase. It's a good time. And if you haven't been to the Harrisburg Comedy Zone yet, I can't recommend it enough. The drinks on the outside are the same price as the drinks on the inside, and that's not true with all comedy venues. The food on the outside is the same food you get on the inside. Again. You don't have a comedy specific menu. You don't have a limited menu. You don't have that. You got the full menu. You want it, you can have it, and they make good food there. So you get that. You get your drinks. You sit down. You laugh. You have a good time. I think it'll be fun. June 22nd, Harrisburg Comedy Zone. You can get your tickets in advance if you don't want to risk not getting in at the door. You can get your tickets in advance by going to Eventbrite. The link will be in the comments. You pay a little extra if you go to Eventbrite than you would pay at the door. The door you pay cash. They like cash. Who doesn't like cash? Now, with no viewers, and I'm so glad I did a lot of prep today. I know it doesn't look like it because it's always a shite show. I did a lot of prep today, and I did something different. Number one, I created a new logo using AI. Now I can't even find my mouse. There's my mouse. So I created a new logo for the show using AI. I think it's cute. I'm going to run with it for a little bit, and then I'll use AI to create another one. But I also used AI to help me get my trivia questions. I have been relying on the Super Saver, the savings guide, for their little insert for 7 days of the week and creating my own history questions out of those. But I asked AI to give me a hand today, and it came through. Okay. AI wrote me 7 questions relevant to this week in history. It made them not too difficult so you could participate, so you could play along. And it didn't give me the answers. And when I asked it to give me the answers, I was very specific in asking me, only give me the number and the letter. That way I can play along. And since no one else is here today in the live version, I know a lot of you will watch this later. But since nobody else is here today, I should have shared it on my page. Oops. You're not seeing this because I did not post this correctly. Whose fault is that, T-Bone? Mine. And I own it. It's me. So, in something that I don't have a problem doing today, I will be playing with myself. On June the 9th, of course. I'm going to read the questions. AI gave me multiple choices. I'm going to give you my guess, and then at the end, we'll find out if I was right or wrong. So here we go for this week in history, trivia style. Question number 1. The D-Day anniversary, of course, took place on June the 6th, 1944, when Allied forces launched Operation Overlord, a cross-channel invasion of occupied Europe. What was the objective of the mission? AI wrote that question. I asked it not to make it too difficult, and it came through. What was the objective of the mission? Options are to capture Berlin, to liberate Paris, to secure Rome, or to defeat the Axis powers. The overall objective was to defeat the Axis powers. These other things, I used to teach people how to take tests. And anytime it's a multiple choice test, like most Navy-wide advancement exams, I would tell them how to read a question and then be able to decipher from the way the answers are written. Because the hardest thing to do when writing a test is coming up with the incorrect answers. So we got 3 things here: to capture, to liberate, to secure. And then to defeat the Axis powers. Place. Berlin, Paris, Rome. And then to defeat the Axis powers. I say my answer is D, to defeat the Axis powers, and those other things are just little things along the way. That's going to be my answer. We'll check it at the end. Moving on to question number 2. On June 16, 1963, Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to travel in space. Her name, Valentina Tereshkova, first woman to travel in space. What country was she a part of? Huh? Was it the United States? Was it China? Was it the Soviet Union? Or was it France? I believe, with the name Valentina Tereshkova, that she was a Russian. That's what I believe. France, not really known for their space program. China, 1963, they still had dirt roads. And the United States, although a Valentina Tereshkova could have been there, we weren't big on women's rights in the 1960s. So Soviet Union is my answer. We'll find out if that's correct. Moving on. On January 12th, 1929, Anne Frank was born. She later became famous for her diary, which documented her experience is during which historical event? Now, you're playing along. I know you're not live, but you'll watch this later. You're playing along. What was it? Was it the World War I as option A? Was it the Holocaust as option B? Was it the French Revolution? Or was it the Cold War? Giving you an opportunity to answer before I explain my answer. So she's born in 29. And she is a young woman. I thought she was like a teenager. I I'm going with answer B. I'm going with the Holocaust. I don't like the way it's worded. It's a little confusing, but I believe she was too old for World War I. And instead of saying World War II, which she wasn't, it was the historical event which she was documenting her experiences, but hiding from the Nazis is really where she made her money, you know? All right, moving on to question number 4, the Battle of Bunker Hill on June 17th, 1775. American forces clashed with British troops in the Battle of Bunker Hill during what conflict? A, the American Revolutionary War, B, the Civil War, C, the War of 1812, or D, World War II. Immediately eliminate World War II. We know that's not part of it. Immediately eliminate the War of 1812 because the question asked us on June 17th, 1775. We're not having the War of 1812 for a few more years. So now we're down to the American Revolutionary War or the Civil War. And if you know anything about your history, you know it's the American Revolutionary War because the Civil War doesn't take place for another 100 years. My answer, final answer, American Revolutionary War. I am feeling smart. I'm so smart. Question number 5. On June 14th, 1982, the Falklands War officially ended. What 2 countries were involved in this conflict? Answer, Argentina and Chile is answer number A. The United Kingdom and France is number B, or letter B. Argentina and the United Kingdom is option C. And D, Brazil and Uruguay. Always easy to throw one question away immediately, right? Brazil and Uruguay have nothing to do with the Falkland Islands. Gone. So you got Argentina comes up twice. United Kingdom comes up twice. The derivative way of finding an answer, even if you didn't know the answer, is by eliminating the obvious and then looking for duplicates. Argentina, United Kingdom. The answer is C. Even if I didn't know that the answer was C, the answer would be C. And I would know the answer is C because I watched Top Gear. And they went to Argentina. And it was bad. It was bad, okay? Number 6. I only asked for 7 questions. 7 days in a week, 7 this week in history. It's only 7 questions, so bear with me. It's almost over. It's not that painful. And you're not watching anyway. On June 14th, 1811, Harriet Beecher Stowe, that's right, the black woman on the $20 bill that never showed up, the author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, oops, I got that wrong. On June 14th, Harriet Tubman is who I was thinking. On June 14th, 1811, Harriet Beecher Stowe, the author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, was born. What social issue did her novel address? It's June 14th, it's 1811. Is it slavery, A, B, woman suffrage, C, prohibition, or D, child labor? Alrighty then. I'm using my brain here. Immediately, I'm saying slavery. I go straight to slavery. If I think about Uncle Tom's Cabin, I'm thinking about slavery. I'm not thinking about suffrage. I'm not thinking about prohibition. And I'm not thinking about, sure as heck, I'm not thinking about child labor. That's my answer. Woman suffrage. You keeping track? Here we go. Final question of the week. On June 14th, the United States celebrates Flag Day. What does this day commemorate? The adoption of the U.S. Constitution, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, or the creation of the American flag as an option, or D, the end of American Civil War, or the end of the American Civil War. I asked GPT not to make it too difficult, and I don't think it did. I think you probably got along with all the answers with me. Let's go back to the top and recall our answers. The anniversary of June the 6th, what was the idea there? The idea, son of a gun. Oh, come on, man. All right, so I got the first one wrong. The answer, according to the computer, was to capture Berlin. I disagree with you, Chat GPT. I think I'm going to go back into the chat and say I disagree with this answer. Yes, obviously, to eventually capture Berlin. But you had to get into France first. And going through France, you're going to liberate Paris. Rome is a deviation. Son of a gun. Okay, so we did not score 100 on this week in history. Number 2 was the Valentina Tereshkova. What country did she belong to? And I said Russia, and I was correct. Thank you. And Frank, that was another tricky one. Question number 3 was B, the Holocaust. Correct. Bunker Hill, American Civil War 11, correct. End of the Falkland War, correct. Harriet Beecher Stowe, A, was slavery, correct. And Flag Day, the creation of the American flag, correct. There it is. That was This Week in History. That was your community service event. That was National Days of the Week. This was the Supplemental. As always, I remind you, just be the best person that you could be. And if you were a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Heck, be an even better person all next week. Chick Brew sends her love, and I'm out.